Cartoons, usually funny short films made for entertainment. But what happens to these films when war breaks out across the world? Much like how people's lives are affected, so is the entertainment industry, which gives us one-of-a-kind cartoons, where your favorite characters are taken from fighting against being hunted during rabbit season to fighting against Nazis. This is Cartoons Changed by War. On January 1st, 1943, Walt Disney released a short film called The Fuhrer's Face, featuring Donald Duck. It opens with a band of Nazis playing a musical number created by Oliver Wallace called Der Fuhrer's Face, which translates to the leader's face. But these are not just some random Nazis. On the trombone is Joseph Goebbels, the chief propagandist of the Nazi party. Heinrich Himmler on the snare drum, primarily known to be the lead architect of the concentration camps. The sousaphone is Hideki Tojo, a Japanese politician and military leader. Hugh Goering on the piccolo, known to have built the Nazi police, and Benito Mussolini on the bass drum, an Italian dictator who founded the National Fascist Party. They all march in a small town where trees, windmills, fence posts, and clouds are shaped like swastikas.
Is he not a Superman?
Aryan Pura Superman?
Ja, wie ist der Superman?
Super duper Superman. Is this Nazi land so good? Would you leave it if you could? Ja, this Nazi land is good. We would leave, but if we could.
It then pans to Donald Duck, who wakes up and hails his leaders and gets dressed. Donald Duck goes to eat from his secret stash, and while he's eating bread, they throw a book at him that translates to My Battle. The leaders storm in his house and walk out with Donald Duck carrying the bass drum and take him to Nazi land.
Workers of Nazi land, what a glorious privilege is yours to be a Nazi.
Donald Duck is forced to make artillery shells while propaganda tells him how wonderful it is to work. Donald Duck backtalks Hitler and is surrounded by bayonets, a symbol for how many Germans who said no to the Nazi party were threatened with death and forced to comply.
Wonderful is not our Führer Gloria. Heil Hitler! What's that you say, Schweinhund?
Just like how Donald Duck scaredly says,
Heil Hitler!
Donald Duck gets a vacation to the mountains that lasts a total of 10 seconds.
Not forgetting to build up the body so we can work harder for the Führer. Heil Hitler! 1, 2, 3, hi! 1, 2, 3, hi! 1, 2, 3, hi! 1, 2, 3, hi! And now, the vacation is over.
Then is sent back to work overtime. Donald Duck is worked to insanity. And hallucinates this crazy artillery shell thing. And he sees Duck Hitler. Don't ask me what this means, I have no clue. It's kind of like the Dumbo's pink elephant parade. But it then fades to Donald Duck waking up. But this time he's wearing his American pajamas and is relieved when he realizes it was just a nightmare. And like every American, he goes to kiss his Statue of Liberty.
Not too long. The Führer is a great mistake. So behind. In the Führer's face. So behind.
The short film would receive an Oscar for Best Animated Short Film. It was actually the only Donald Duck film to ever receive an Oscar. But that leads us to the second cartoon, which is kinda racist. No, it is racist. It just is. It's April 22nd, 1944. World War II is raging on, and the United States citizens hate the Japanese after what they did on Pearl Harbor. So the Warner Brothers are about to release one of their most racist animated films, called Bugs Bunny Nips the Nips. It starts with Bugs Bunny lost at sea. He swims to an island when bombs suddenly go off. He jumps into a hay bale where he finds a stereotypical Japanese soldier. They get into the regular Bugs Bunny fight. Bugs pretends to be a Japanese general, but the soldier notices and says, The soldier chases Bugs, but somehow Bugs teleports back on the ground. The soldier parachutes down, but while mid-air, Bugs hands him an anvil. Bugs Bunny then paints a Japanese flag on the tree to symbolize every Japanese soldier he's taken out. He comes across a sumo wrestler who beats the fuck out of Bugs Bunny. But Bugs then dresses up as a geisha and knocks out the wrestler. He then sees a ship of Japanese coming to the island and does the racist thing yet. He comes up with a plan to sell ice cream with a grenade inside, and as he's handing them out, we'll just listen to what he says.
Everybody gets one.
It cuts to Bugs having had painted hundreds of flags, meaning he's killed a lot of Japanese. Bugs Bunny then says,
So peaceful, so quiet. And if there's one thing I can't stand, it's peace and quiet. I hate it. Get me out of this place. I hate it. Peace and quiet nuts.
he sees a US ship and screams to be rescued. A female rabbit just appears out of nowhere, and Bugs Bunny doesn't want to be saved no more. He's going to chase that tail. It's just a very crazy plot, this one. I don't even know what to think, but that leads us to the third cartoon, which I saved the best for last. This one's just muy bueno. On August 1st, 1942, Warner Brothers would release a satire short film to the events of World War II, titled The Ductator, and it begins with farm ducks that are anticipating the hatching of an egg, which is black, symbolizing it's a bad egg. When it hatches, it's a duck looking like Hitler. He grows up giving speeches to the ducks and geese, convincing them to the same ideology he believes, symbolizing the birth of the Nazi Party.
My mother done told me. Stay quiet. And there were some gullible ones who listened.
With the help of his goose companion, Benito Mussolini.
That's alright, that's the real stuff, kiddo. He's a smart fellow with brains, like me.
They turn the whole farm fascist. Hitler Geese turns the other geese into stormtroopers. No, not those stormtroopers.
Oh, what has come to so erase all thoughts of peace from off this place? Have they forgot 'tis love that's bright, and naught is gained by show of might?
It then cuts to a chicken hen with a sign that says Peace Conference. Hitler signs the peace treaty, but then puts it in the treaty terror upper. It then beats the fuck out the chickens. There's just kind of like a repeating pattern in these.
Then from out of the west came another partner to make a silly axis of himself. Are you Japanese, a sapper man, sneaking on with a do? Just a Japanese, a sapper man, I'm a little crazy too.
The Japanese duck plants a sign on the turtle's back, which the turtle is supposed to represent the South Sea Mandate, where islands south of the equator were given to the Empire of Japan by the League of Nations following World War I, until World War II, where the United States took the islands back from Japan. The duck is also supposed to be Hideki Tojo, but then they all meet up, Mussolini, Hitler, and Tojo.
Once more the Axis marched toward green love further conquest. 1, 2, button of my shoe. 3, 4, shut another button. 5, 6, see him out of the sticks. 7, 8, arena on straight. 9, 10.
The dove sees their plan to conquest the farm and tries to reason with them, but is trampled. The doves had enough and starts beating up Tojo. The chickens celebrate and a whole revolt begins. The chickens start to overthrow the Nazi geese. The chickens are representing the Allies in World War II. The chickens even say, someone in a barrel starts helping in the battle too. Tojo thinks it's Fritz, another German officer, during World War II, but it bashes him and a bunny pops out. Let me know who you think this bunny represents because I have no clue. And then he hammers himself in the head, like I don't know. But as they're running away, a war bonds poster comes to life and finishes them off.
I hate war, but once begun, well, I just didn't choose to run. So I can point with pride and say, there's 3 that didn't get away.
The film ends by saying, if you like to make this true, this is all you have to do. Buy some bonds. Buy some bonds, bro. Come on. While there are more cartoons, I feel like these were the best ones. And let me know which one was your favorite cartoon in the comments. Ricky's giving you the truth. Do what you will.